Hello, today we're going to be taking a look at Pharah, who is a 32-year-old Egyptian woman who likes long jogs to reflect on life and playing volleyball with her friends. Pharah's left click is her rocket move. She shoots a rocket out of her rocket launcher and it explodes in someone's face. It has an incredibly long range, which makes Pharah really good at sitting in the back lines and sniping people. This also makes her great against people like Widowmaker, Torbjorn, and Robot Boy, because they usually just sit around far away anyways, and you can actually reach them. Pharah's shift is her rocket jetpack move. It basically just makes her jump really high. My best guess as to what she uses as a fuel source would have to be some kind of hydrogen-based fuel, because hydrogen is used in rockets, mostly because it has a very low molecular weight and still burns super good. Pharah's spacebar just makes her fly a bit. Pharah's E is her Buzz Lightyear wrist rocket move, which just sends out a blue ball and it pushes people away. Practical applications of this move could be pushing yourself away from your enemies, pushing enemies off the map, or just a cool party trick to impress your friends. Pharah's ultimate move is her Gundam Seed rocket barrage, where she rains justice from above. But you guys already know the skill set, so here's the deal. You want to be good at Pharah, right? Well, you're gonna need a history lesson first. A long time ago, but still in this galaxy, well, this solar system and this planet actually, in the north of Africa, in Egypt, there was a grand empire named Egypt.
There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I bless the rains down in Africa.
Which is where Pharah is from. In this empire, sometimes rulers died, and the custom was to have these rulers turned into mummies. Why am I telling you this? Well, Pharah has a face tattoo on her face, under her eye, called the Wajet, or Eye of Horus, which is used to signify protection, power, and good health. Horus's eye was oftentimes put on the mummy as well, which leads us back to Pharah, who cares enough about her culture to tattoo something from it to her face. I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's time to strap on our gloves, because we're about to mummify apples. I don't really like these gloves though. I found this mummification experiment online, link in the description if you'd like to mummify your own apples. To be quite honest, I don't really have the patience to follow all these steps, so we're just gonna wing this. Okay, so we just need apples, table salt. I don't have Epsom salts, but that's okay. Baking soda, a knife, and the rest we'll just figure out. So I'm looking at this picture of the mummy, but this other one shows me that mummies are quite clearly wrapped in gauze, and I do know that the point of mummification was to dry out the body so that it could be preserved. But first, before any drying took place, the organs had to be removed. I'm using a butter knife because it makes things as smooth as butter when you cut them. That's how it works, right? So we're just gonna take out the brain, lungs, liver, etc., etc. Just mix your salt and baking soda and then put your apple in there. Then you can put it in the shelf and wait 7 days. This is probably a good time to explain the purpose of salt and baking soda. I'm using baking soda, or sodium hydrogen carbonate, to get rid of any bacteria which might be on this apple, which would ruin my mummification process. Because bacteria hate how baking soda feels on their hands, so it deters them from touching the apple. The salt here is to dry out the apple and remove any moisture through the process of osmosis and osmotic pressure. It's really important that there isn't any water around you when you try to preserve something, because honestly it's just really irresponsible to leave things wet. And if you do that, then shame on you. I waited 20 minutes. Great, now we're just gonna cover this bad boy in tape to make it look like I embalmed him. Okay, fantastic, you've just mummified your first apple. Anyways, you're pretty much all set to play Pharah now, so good luck and have fun. Just a quick announcement before I go. I just want to say a huge thank you for 50,000 subscribers. That's really unbelievable. I'm working on a 50K special, but that's going to be coming out a little later down the road. Just know that I'm really grateful that you guys have gotten me here. Really, thank you. And on that note, unfortunately, the quantity of videos on this channel is probably going to go down, definitely, because I'm a full-time student and I will have to go back to school to learn about things. So while I can't promise you quantity, I can promise you quality. Maybe a video once every week or 2 weeks, but in exchange, I will put at least 40% more effort into the videos than I do now. Anyways, once again, cheers for 50. Okay, bye.
Egyptian. All the kids in the marketplace say
like an Egyptian.